Okay, so first of all, what's the parent function on number 6? Okay, don't all of you answer at once. No, I just messed that up. There we go. It's 1 over x. Which is the rational or the reciprocal function. I have 2 asymptotes on this, x equals 0 and y equals 0. And my transformation points are -1, -1, and 1, and 1. And I can rewrite this so this looks like this. So what does the negative tell me? What's the transformation that that negative tells me? Reflection over which axis? Reflection over the x. So that tells me, the reflection over the x tells me that this little branch is going to be down here, and this branch is going to go up here, right? They're going to flip. That's what a reflection over the x does. So what does the 4 do? Horizontal or vertical? Vertical stretch of 4. So which variable do I multiply? Times x or times y? For vertical? Y. So I'm going to multiply this times y. And then the last is the +3. So which way does that move? Okay. So we said that I have 2 asymptotes, 1 here and 1 here. And that's what we're always going to start with the rational. So for this one, the vertical, if I multiply times 4, it's still the asymptote. Correct? It doesn't change anything. The reflection over the x, that turns it upside down, so it still doesn't do anything to the asymptote. 3 to the left, which way does that move it? So that's going to take this asymptote and move 3 this way. So drawing your asymptote. But we didn't do anything to this one. So then use your little stars, and we did 1, 1, and -1, -1. So I'm going to start with 1, 1. So the first thing is the reflection over the x-axis. So this moves here. Next, it's a vertical stretch of 4. So I'm at -1. So -1 times 4 is -4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then where do I move that point? So 1, 2, 3. So right here is my point. So the -1, -1, if I reflect it over the x-axis, this point goes here. When I multiply times 4 in the y, I move to here. And then which way do I move? 1, 2, 3. So right here is my point. So after I draw this, this is going to go towards the asymptote, right? We're going to hug the asymptote. So we have to fill in the rest of the stuff now. The domain is going to go from -∞ to -3. And the range goes from bottom to top. So let's come back to the x and the y intercepts. Do I have any critical points? Is this an increasing or decreasing? So which way am I going? Which way am I going? Up. So they're both increasing. So as my x approaches infinity, what is my y moving to? 0. As I approach negative infinity, my y is moving to 0. Can I have an x-intercept? Why? Because I have the asymptote, so I don't have an x-intercept. The y-intercept, I have to plug in 0 for x. So if I plug in 0 for x, I get negative 4/3. Any questions? Okay, so number 8. It's the rational function again. So my transformations are going to be a vertical compression of a half. So which, is that x or y? Oh, yeah. Okay, I wanted to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So what do I multiply, x or y? Y. And the minus 1 is 1 down. So which asymptote is going to get shifted? This one or this one? Right. So this is shifting down 1. And this one stays the same. So I'm going to have this point and this point. That's what we're shifting. So if I start at 1, 1, and I multiply the 1 by a half, because the y is a 1, that becomes a half. And then what do I have to do? Go down 1, so I'm at negative 0.5. All right? And so if I do the negative 1, negative 1, if I multiply it by half, I move up, but then what do I have to do? So I'm at negative 1.5. So my domain is going to be negative infinity to 0, 0 to infinity. The range will go bottom to top. Can I have a y-intercept this time? No. I don't have any critical points. Am I increasing or decreasing this time? I'm decreasing. So as x goes to infinity, what's my y going to this time? -1, right? And as x goes to negative infinity? So if you put 0 equal to this, if I put 0 equal to this, I'm going to add 1. But now what do? The x is on the bottom. Multiply by what? 2x. So if I multiply both sides by 2x, this cancels and leaves me with 1 over here.